Hi there, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. Before I start here with your new moon reading, I want to say thank you so very much for all of your comments, all of your love, and all of your light. It's beyond touching. I wake up oftentimes with tears, so thank you so much for it all. So, this new moon is significant, right? In and of itself, the new moon represents a time for deep, deep introspection, right? Entering that space of absolute stillness and honesty with ourselves, right? With our soul self. It's that reflective space, right? It's almost like this, and I have this vision whenever, I think about the period of the new moon and what it means. It's kind of like walking through a dimly lit cave, right? And there's just a faint glow of light that enters it, right? And there's water, right, sitting about at the floor of this cave. And it's night, so you know that you must enter the cave for shelter. Right? Naturally, by way of the cycle of the day and the night, you must enter this more reclusive space. So you step into this cave, right? And yes, right, it's interesting because it's a space that houses us, right? That provides a sense of shelter in a way, right? But also one that is dark, that is compelling, that is provocative, right? That is maybe not easy to step into. And so it's this dichotomy that is so powerful during this time, right? Of entering that space in the back of our minds, in our subconscious, in our psyche, really, right? Of this cave, so to speak. And so when you enter this dark space, right? You look down beneath you and you see water, right? You see water, not clearly though, not clearly. You only see it by way of the faint glimmer of light that shines through the dwelling. And so you kneel down, and the only thing you see, right, in that moment and in that space is the reflection, right, of yourself, but in such a way that is almost like shadowed, right? Your shadow self. And so it's in this space and in this time that we are beckoned, right? Even drawn to, as difficult as it may be, to that space of honesty, of stillness, of reflection. So I wanted to open it with that. That was rather channeled. It just flowed to me, but it feels so real to what this period of time really is conducive for. Right? So the new moon, having understood that sort of perception of it, is a beautiful time to release, right? To sift through the energetic archives of our being, right? the energy that either we hold on to or that holds us in some shape or form by way of the past in some way, right? Or even the present, or even the future, right? Whatever fear we hold, whatever apprehension we have along our journey in time and space, which of course is an illusion, right? So it's about sifting through, right? Digging really deep, digging really deep. It's a very Plutonic energy, very Plutonic energy, very true, right? It's yes, entering the shadow space, but to obliterate it, but to confound it, right? Like the Tower card, right? In tandem with the Death card, right? The new moon is a time for removing any hindrances, any blockages that may stand in our path to ascension, to reaching our absolute potential, our highest light and vibration, which we all have, right? Just waiting to shine. So, it's not an easy time, right? Not in the least bit. It can be difficult coming to terms, right, with what we've experienced and the shifting of perception in such a way that allows us to view what we've experienced in a way that is removed, detached, right, from our soul journey. Viewing it as a human experience not meant to hinder us or our growth, but to propel us forward, right? To show us where our difficulties lie in whatever realm of life, right? Where our weaknesses are, so that we can become aware of them, right? It's really a gift. It's such a gift when we shift our perception, right? Of what we encounter, who we encounter, right? What they illuminate for us within ourselves. So that really is the new moon space, right, that we enter around this time. Introspection, release, but simultaneously, right, as sort of you release what does not serve you, right, and you recognize, right, it's like taking a flashlight into the deepest part of your psyche, and putting a name, almost putting a face to the name, right, of what energetic blockages may subsist, right? Even subconsciously, that we don't realize on, let's say, a daily, very conscious level, right? Basis, even. So, absolutely, absolutely take this time to, on the one hand, right? Take that flashlight out, enter the cave, right? Face the water and your reflection. What do you see, right? What do you see? What is holding you back in any way? Come to terms with that, accept it, make peace with it, and release it. If you feel and you find that it does not align with the other side to this new moon period, which is the alignment, right, with what we do want to plant the seed towards as manifestation for this next cycle. So, and it's kind of like this. It's kind of like a detox, right? And I love, life is full of patterns, right? And it's just a matter of seeing it in this way, of seeing where the synchronicities lie, even within the law of nature itself. So it's kind of like this, right? When you detoxify your body, right, and you go through a physical detox. Let's say, right, you You want to reestablish the flora in your gut, right? Your microbiome. Well, what do you have to do? You have to clear out the bad bacteria, and you have to supplement with the good bacteria. It's not enough, right, to just kill off what does not help our body thrive and nourish. You have to simultaneously, right, supplement with what does. So it's a matter of releasing what does not align with us spiritually and otherwise, and even physically. The new moon is a beautiful time to engage in any kind of detox of any sort, right? The moon's energies are very conducive towards that. But always, right? This is not to substitute medical advice, right? Professional medical advice. So do consult your physician. Okay, I'm obligated to say that, right? But nonetheless, it's a beautiful time, right? The moon's energies are very, very conducive for release. Okay, absolutely, of many kinds. So releasing what does not serve us, and simultaneously allowing to enter in and replace it within our psyche, right, are the seeds of our intentions, are the seeds of what we want to see come to life, right? Come to life. So it's the de-weeding of our garden, so to speak, that very sacred space, making it one that is ultimately fertile, right? Fertile for the planting of our soul truth and our soul dreams and our soul aspirations as time moves forward. So I hope this new moon period is a time of self-empowerment, of truth for you all in some shape or form. I absolutely believe it will be. I know it is absolutely for myself. So thank you so much for tuning into this segment here, and I'm going to proceed with your readings. Hi there, Aries. So good to see you guys again. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm feeling a flow of energy for you guys. I'm feeling Aries, you are in your element. That is really what I'm feeling for you. And I'm happy to feel that because I've been feeling that you haven't been in your element. Okay, but that fire is beginning to roar again. Okay, that engine is being revved, and you're like I'm not gonna remain in a position of stagnancy any longer. I'm not. Right? Now is my time. I'm feeling to shine, to be on my own, embark on my own, on a journey and a path that is self-empowering and positive. That enables me to create, to wake up to my potential as a creator. Absolutely. Beautiful energy, right? And it's typically not difficult for interesting for Aries to take that stand, right, towards independence, right? It's a very independent sign. Fire energy, very independent, very bold, very courageous, right? But recently, right, in the past months, I've been feeling that there's been a tendency towards stagnation a bit, right? The stifling of that fire energy, perhaps, for some of you. But I'm feeling fast, moving energy again for you, Aries. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Aries. Look at you. Should I tell you? It's really exciting. Okay. We'll get to it. There's a lot going on here, guys, all right? A lot that's really good. Really, really beautiful energy here. Okay. And it's really interesting the way that the cards have been popping out. right, they're very directional, right? Certain cards will pop out in such a way that directs, right, the focus in such a way towards another card. It's fascinating, right? So it tells the story also geometrically, which I'll get to for you guys. All right. Let me tune in here. Two threes. One major arcana, the Empress. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of people cards. Daughter of Swords. Father of Wands. Pisces got that card. Pisces also got the Mother of Swords. Father of Cups in reverse. And you also got the Hermit and the High Priestess. Both. This showed up in this sort of line of energy. And the High Priestess is upright. Aries, you are aligned with yourself. Finally, I love this. I'm so happy for you, Aries. I feel it. Okay, you are not being overshadowed by your propensity to take an overly logical approach towards situations. First and foremost, that's what I'm reading. I'm reading that you're moving forward in a way that's strong, that is bold and courageous, but by way of your intuition, because you feel aligned within yourself. That's why, right? That's why. That's where the strength is being derived from. That is what I'm feeling for you. And I'm going to get to this. But if this Mother of Swords is you, Aries, because I remember you got the Mother of Swords, actually. You did get the Mother of Swords in your last reading. The last quarter moon reading. It's like your higher self is counseling, right? This position of stark clarity that you're now taking, right, towards a situation. Absolute stark clarity, right? It's like the Mother of Swords looks forward, right, without a doubt. I know what I know, right? I know what I know. But oftentimes she comes off as a character that's confident and stable in that knowingness, more based on an intellectualized approach. But you have the High Priestess looking over at the Mother of Swords, kind of like this is like the whisper in the air to this Mother of Swords. It's like the earpiece, right? If the Mother of Swords is I don't know, on a stage, right, giving a speech or something, the High Priestess is like the earpiece that's channeling information, right, on how to, right, act, how to keep their composure. That's what I'm feeling for you. You're getting this whisper from your intuition, your higher self, and it's been after a period of rumination, absolutely, introspection, right, taking the time to really think. And the way that this card is aligned is in such a way where the light, right, on the Hermit's shell is pointing right towards the Daughter of Swords, who's upright. So look at their interaction together. It's kind of like this. Kind of interesting, right? So, 2 Swords cards. And the theme is the Six of Swords in reverse. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. You are ready to leave behind you an old propensity, okay, an old even habit of perception, of viewing things, right, that kept you in a place of stagnation, of darkness, lack of clarity, confusion, right? Swords representing our thoughts, right? Thoughts representing clarity. So, or at least one aspect of it, right? We can have an intuitive clarity, and we can have an intellectual clarity. Nonetheless, right, they can also overlap. Nonetheless, you're coming forward with a resound clarity, right? That is of your own. You feel very, very much within yourself, right? Again, by way of your intuition, that alliance that you have. So that your intellectual mind is working with your spiritual self. That's what I'm feeling. And it's working for you, right? It's working for you. There's a maturity. You've regained control, right, over your thought processes. That's what I'm feeling, okay? And there's an independence to these cards. There is an independence to these cards, Aries. I'm feeling you're feeling fixed and confident with your stance, because intuitively, right, you feel aligned with your with whatever it is, whatever this decision is, or with whatever this perception is. Okay, so the Hermit, right, this period of introspection, of reclusion, right, that entering that space of honesty with ourselves, really, truly seeking the answers, right, of truth. Speaking to this energy of the High Priestess as well, is what led you to sort of set out in a new direction as it pertains to your thought process, right? About this new change, about this new beginning. And I'm feeling it has to do with your independence, right? Daughter of Swords, Mother of Swords, High Priestess, the Hermit, the Empress, right? The Father of Wands. It's very enterprising, right? Sort of energy. Where you're not at the mercy of anyone, right? You don't have petty sort of cards here, really. You don't. And the only petty card, the Six of Swords, is in reverse. So it's like this, you're done with this. That was not fruitful for you. That was not giving you clarity, right? You're realizing that the clarity comes from within you and that you're in command and control of it, of what you believe and what you believe you should do. And it's very much tied to your deep intuition of the situation. So anyways, right? Back to the Daughter of Swords. You have matured in some way, I'm feeling that. Okay, and you're ready to embark on a path that speaks to your self-empowerment. Absolutely. Empress energy. Yeah. Oh, yes. And self-empowerment, creativity, the opening of the mind. I'm feeling that as well. A hopefulness. You've stepped into your own, okay? You've reached a place where you feel more confident within yourself, just as who you are, you within yourself, right? And that's so important, right? To reach that feeling, that place of groundedness, right? Of ourselves. Before we find it with another, right? Or in a place, or in even in relation to an object or a thing, right? It's about coming into our own and aligning with ourselves, right? Deriving that power from within. And the Empress and the Three of Pentacles, both threes, sandwiching this Father of Wands that precedes the Mother of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Father of Cups in reverse. You're ready to wield your fire energy, Aries. My goodness, are you ready? You are, you have taken control of every element of your being. That's kind of what I'm feeling for you, right? You progress to the Daughter of Swords.
You're now like at the Mother of Swords, and you're now at the Father of Wands, right? You're ready to like take action, right? Decisive action in a way that is very fertile, creatively fertile. Very much so. You're ready to build your personal empire that speaks to your personal truth, soul fulfillment, and happiness. This is going to be personally fulfilling for you, right? No codependency here at all. This is very, very independent energy. And you're enthusiastic and you're ready to do it. That's what I'm feeling, right? There's no illusion space, right? Mother of Swords looking head on, guided by intuition, right? Resound clarity and alignment with self. The Father of Wands is looking right over at this Three of Pentacles in reverse. And I will say this, right? You're opening with the Empress card. And it's kind of like, I'm feeling that's the clarity, right? That you came to of realizing, hey, I want my stability to be based on who I am, right, as the Empress. Again, can be any gender, right? But I want my stability, 3, stable number, to come from my personal, my inborn, right, self-sufficiency and ability to manifest and create. So it was that realization, right, that shift in perception of even yourself, right, that now causes you to step into and wake up to your ability to create, right? My ability as a manifestor and a creator. Like, this was the realization, this is what I want to contribute to. This is what I want. This is the tree I want to grow. Now setting out, right? I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to create. I'm ready to contribute to it, to something that's real to me, that speaks to me on a very deep level, right? Looking right past this Three of Pentacles. This is sort of like, speaks to a situation where, okay, we technically felt stable in that, right? It was maybe somewhat financially stable, right? It endowed us with a feeling of security and stability in some shape or another. But not, right, speaking to the sense of stability and groundedness of character, of personal character that we find with this card. The Major Arcana, right? Significant energy, speaking to the macro transformation of your being, right? Whereas every other card in the deck is sort of more, of course, depending, right, the suits being a little bit different. But the Ace or the 10 cards speak more of sort of day in, day out energy, right? Stability that is based on more material assets, right? Rather than, or physical things, or even ideologies, right? Like thoughts of how we view stability and security. Versus, I am stable because I am stable, right? Beautiful. So the Father of Wands is like not paying mind to this situation anymore. Like, this is not my answer. This is not my answer. This is my answer. This is the way that I'm going to feel stable, right? Is to create, to be the creator, to wield my wand, right? Aries, fire. Stepping into your element. Oh my goodness. And look at this. On the very far right-hand corner, at the very end of this fan of cards, is the Father of Cups in reverse. Now, I remember from your last reading, right? There was this sort of this interplay between fire energy, right? Waiting to just rise and be expressed and channeled in a way that speaks to your personal truth, and water, right? Stagnancy, heaviness. What keeps us down, what holds us back, right? And so fire and water, it's like a very delicate dance, right? If you have too much water, then your fire goes out, right? But if you have just enough water, then it will help fuel the fire. So I remember in your last reading that there was a propensity, right, towards a situation, right, or a tendency, or I was really feeling, though, I remember in that reading, a situation in which you felt emotionally confused and bound, and what do I feel about this, but really knowing what you feel about it, right? But just needing to rip off the Band-Aid and be truly honest with that, which I feel you absolutely are, and you have. You have, absolutely. But it's this energy, right, that's looking over at this transformation that you're making of your being. That's so externalized, right? Right off in the corner. Look, it's right after the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is what's looking off at all of this amazing transformation, right? It's like your intuitive self, your soul self is guiding this transformation for you. And it's not paying any mind to this energy here. Speaking to perhaps the propensity towards getting overly emotional and wrapped up in an overly emotional, out of control situation, right? Feeling overcome by emotions, that of our own or that of someone else, right? Depending if you have a lot of water in your chart, right? Then you may have this propensity, right? For your water to overpower your fire if fire is your sun. And if you want to know more about this, and even more about your astrology chart in general, to give yourself a snapshot of your elemental composition and so forth, I do have a service on my website, so you can check that out. alchemynew.com. All right, it's the astrology report. But nonetheless, Aries, this is heavy, heavy water energy, and it's almost like it's like trying in a way to be a part of this transformation, but it's not. It's like so externalized. It has no place really in this transformation, right? It's like you are all fire right now. You're like, I gotta manifest. I gotta create my domain, right? This is about me right now. I gotta do what I believe is right for me. Okay, and this energy of getting swept up in emotions, right? That may not even be our own, is irrelevant. Is irrelevant and has no place, is not conducive, right, to this transformation that I'm making. And intuitively, your intuition is telling you this is not a part. This is not what's going to help encourage your growth, right? Because look, Father of Wands, Father of Cups, two fathers, water and fire. Rather, water and fire, right? So it's like this is like head to head, but this Father of Cups is in reverse. It's like overpowering emotional water reservoir, right? That is harbored with this character. So if you know someone who has a lot of water energy, okay, who has the propensity to be overly emotionally wrapped up, right? Swept away in their emotions, it could be speaking to that individual. It could also be speaking to realizing that this, whatever this is, it can, again, if it's not a person, it can be your own propensity, right? To handle a situation or to ruminate, right? Or a pattern of thought. Whatever it is, you are realizing by way of your intuition, which is closing this energy out, that your growth is in wielding your fire energy, in creating independently, right? Not in engaging in an emotionally unfruitful, right? It's like too much water, it's like you get swept away in the tide, right? And too much water with fire, again, right, can put the fire out. So I feel like your intuition is heating you, right? Heating you. Aries, this is not going to, it's not going to, it doesn't apply to this journey that you're embarking on now, right? So I'm feeling that, if this is a person, you could be realizing and saying, hey, you know what, that I may need to step away from this situation or this habit pattern or this person in a way, right? And not even step away, or just reassess, right, your relationship with that energy, okay? So in your theme, you have, again, right, the Six of Swords in reverse, which we spoke about, changing of perception, right? And beneath that, you have the Lovers. Oops, Lovers. Above the Daughter of Wands. Above Judgment. Okay, so what does this tell us? What does this tell us? See, the Six of Swords has a rainbow on it, right? The Lovers. It's like the two lovers that are flying into this rainbow. Right? It's a very colorful card. Speaks to the air element, it's Gemini's card, but also to water, right? Emotions, emotional bliss, satisfaction, right? There's a freedom to it, right? Absolutely, there's a freedom to it. Let me tune in here. So many birds showing up for you in your spread. So many birds, owls, birds, things with wings, creatures with wings. Okay, animals that have the potential to take flight, right? And the Lovers are flying into the Six of Swords in reverse. So, and the Lovers is overlaying the Daughter of Wands in reverse. So again, fire, water, right? Fire, water. And again, we're finding the need to resurface with strength of personal character, self-empowering energy. Father of Wands, right? Wielding, upright. Wielding your element, Aries, right? Stepping into your element. But with the Lovers, it's like we find, right, somewhat of a codependency in this card. And it's almost like the Lovers belonged to this situation. It's like flying back into it, right? I'm getting the feeling that whatever the situation was, it spoke to you emotionally, right? It gave you maybe a sense of freedom, but not one that was independent. Not one that was independent. And they're flying into a situation that has since transformed, right? In such a way where you resurfaced as using swords, your intellectual faculties, and your perception of a situation in a much more mature way, in an independent way, right? So your perception, I'm feeling, even of this Lover's situation, or how you derive emotional satisfaction, it could be even an ideology, right? A perception, has changed, right? And you are ready to replace that, right? With beautiful Daughter of Wands, setting out on your own, right? Again, very much that Father of Wands energy. Resurfacing in a very independent way, right? In a very creative way. Personal to you. A creativity that's personal to you, right? Beautiful. And Judgment. Look at that bird flying up above, right? Alone, but aligned with themselves, right? And not alone like lonely, just in terms of the decision that this bird makes, right? That decision is derived from a place that is personal, that is real to that bird, right? I mean, there are lots of birds, right, on this card, but the emphasis is on the uprising, right? By way of independence, by way of alignment, right? And the direction that you take that's guided by you personally, your intuition, your sense of judgment, right? You're not following any other bird here, right? It's you. Beautiful. So it's about the decision that needs to be made, right? The final decision, the uprising that's going to allow you, right? Like flying at it alone is going to allow you to wield this fire energy as you move forward. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, Aries. I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I will be back at about a few days, actually, pretty soon. March is approaching us, so I will be back maybe next week with your mid-March reading. All right, I already have the general March reading up, so you can check that out if you haven't already. Very exciting developments underway. All right. What else? Yes, definitely, you guys check out your ascendant, rising, or moon sign, as oftentimes those can provide further insights. I know that I resonate a lot with my moon, like even more than my sun oftentimes, all right? So feel free to check it out. It's kind of interesting to get to know yourself beyond just your sun sign, as there's a lot more to it, all right? Nonetheless, have a beautiful new moon, right? Have a beautiful reflective space where you enter, right? Complete honesty, and alignment and alliance with self, right? Which it seems you're doing absolutely, okay? With yourself. Thank you again, Aries. Have a beautiful rest of the month, and I'll see you soon.